Hey, it's Colin Daniel here from riffninja.com. If any of you are interested in doing some finger picking on an electric guitar, you can actually apply this to the acoustic too. But I have a few different reasons, a few different techniques and things I want to share with you on why I do what I do with an electric guitar. Finger picking is a real personal issue because there's so many different beliefs on what will work and what won't work. But I'll tell you what I like to do and why and where I got it from, and then you can make a decision, because my one word of advice to you as a teacher and a player is choose a technique and work on that and develop it. Don't keep changing your technique, because it takes a long time to develop the right hand that way. I regret being taught the classical way in some ways. The traditional classical way was, of course, to sit with your nylon string classical guitar like this, with your foot up on a stool. And then when you play with a pick, or you don't play with a pick, should I say, you play with your thumb, your first, your second, and third, and you don't use your pinky. Well, as you can see on my nails here, I've got nails, but they're shaped quite a bit different than a classical player. When I first started playing the guitar, they taught me what they call a folk thumb stroke, which is similar to the classical, but instead of using more your nail, it uses more the edge of your thumb, right? So at first I was taught traditional folk thumb pluck thing, right? But later I was taught to be more classically oriented. Notice the difference in the hand position, right? Both these techniques have different points to them that are strong or are good. But for me, I still wanted my friend the pick here too, because the pick is a mechanical advantage. And if I want to create different tones or different speed or single note lines, the pick's great. So what I did was I took some of the Spanish classical, which is hybrids of jazz and classical, and they use all four fingers in some cases. They use the thumb, these four fingers, or in my case, I use the pick and these three fingers. And that's how I kind of came to that conclusion. You see, you have to choose between what style of music you want to play. I'm not saying playing with all fingers and no pick is wrong, or that playing with a pick and no fingers is wrong either. It's kind of, what are you looking for? What are you trying to get on the guitar? In the end, I decided that the hybrid was the best way. But I still like to go back and forth and use the pick. Yeah, as you notice there, I'm using my plectrum, my pick, and these three fingers. So it's kind of up to you how you approach this, and I hope I've given you some insight into making a better decision. It's a decision I think you should make early on when you're playing the guitar. If you decide you want to play like Earl Klugh, you might want to think about playing with all your fingers, or if you want to play like Andre Segovia or John Williams, you might want to play with your fingers and play nylon classical style guitar. But I'm an electric player, and I like to incorporate those techniques, and there's a lot of other players that do that too, and this is how I came up with my technique. If you're a country player, you might want to check out Brad Paisley and Chet Atkins and Glenn Campbell. Those guys would be real good. They do styles of hybrid picking too that are different than mine, where they're using a thumb pick instead, and then maybe one or two fingers and just the flesh of the fingers rather than nails. Yeah, there's a lot of choices, but you got to find the one that works for you. All right, good luck. I'm going to follow this up with some uses on my finger picking, and you can also get me at riffninja.com. And I'm Colin Daniel. Good luck with your choice on what you do with your finger picking technique, and Hopefully you'll discover it earlier in your life than I did and you'll be better at it. All right. Have a good one.